Even though the Pittsburgh Steelers never played a game this week, they still officially lost the week. So, the Steelers, their bye week was this past week, and they went into it 3-2 in a kind of solid position because they were at the top of the AFC North, and the teams below them are the teams that they already beat. So the Ravens went into the bye week 3-2. The Steelers had one game over them because they beat them, and then the Steelers also beat the Browns, whose record was 2-2. And then the Bengals at the time, their record was 2-3. So the Steelers went into the week in a pretty solid position and at the top of the AFC North. But after the week, every single team of the AFC North won a game yesterday. And the Steelers obviously never played, meaning obviously going to fall in position in the standings. It doesn't mean much at this point because it's only going into week 7 or week 6. So the Steelers obviously have so much more ground to make up, and it doesn't depend on the season as of right now. But just officially this week, because I usually do a recap of the other weeks, like after the Steelers played the games, like against Texans and every other game they played, I did a recap video. So since it's a bye week, I just thought I would do a recap video of the bye week. And the Steelers lost the week. And I know what you're thinking. The Steelers, they beat the Ravens, they beat the Browns, and they just haven't played the Bengals yet. And obviously they still have to face the Ravens and Browns one more time, and the Bengals twice. So obviously there's still a lot of season left. I know that. But I'm just talking about this specific week that passed, because obviously there could have been a better outcome. The Steelers could have been on their bye week, saw the Ravens lose, saw the Bengals lose, saw the Browns lose. But no, they were on the bye week, sitting at home, and they saw the Ravens win, they saw the Browns win, and they saw the Bengals win. And now Ravens are at the top of the AFC North, Steelers are in second place, tied with the Browns, but they still have the edge over them because they won, and Bengals' record is 3-3. And the thing is, though, I wouldn't have made this video if all these teams that played Ravens, Browns, and Bengals, they are facing easy opponents, and they should have won their matchup. No, they were facing actually pretty difficult matchups, and each game was actually really close. Let's start off with the Ravens, because they're the top of the AFC North now. Their game against the Titans, even though they ended up winning 24-16, it was still a close game for most of the game. And Ryan Tannehill getting injured with an ankle injury is what really threw stuff off and put the Ravens much more ahead in the game because Tannehill wasn't able to move around as good. He wasn't doing as good even before the injury, but him after the injury, having to play Malik Willis and stuff like that, Malik Willis just is not it. And the Titans ended up losing the game, and it looked worse than it actually was throughout, and it looked like the score 24-16, like it was kind of like a bad game for the Titans and a really good game for the Ravens, but it was kind of a close game, and it could have gone either way at any point in the game. But obviously the Ravens won the game, so that was a close game. And looking at the Browns game was also a close game against the 49ers, and that's a game the Browns should have lost. Because, yes, their defense held the 49ers only 17 points, and it was really more of a defensive game, but 49ers missed the game-winning field goal, and not even the game-winning field goal, because Moody, he also left a field goal on the board as well when he missed it earlier in the game. So the 49ers should have won that game, and that's the only thing, because the Browns, they had many opportunities to lose that game, and the 49ers had many opportunities to win that game, but it just never happened. Moody missed the kick, the game-winning field goal, and the Browns end up sneaking out of there with a win, which is obviously not a good thing, but still, their team is just not that good, I don't believe. They're dealing with many injuries, so I'm not really worried about the Browns, but still, they end up winning a very close game against the 49ers, who is supposed to be a really good team and a really tough matchup for the AFC North division. So, moving on to the next matchup, another one that was a really close game that could have gone either way. The Bengals game versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks had a game-winning drive going on. Tyler Lockett was hit up in the middle of the field by Geno Smith. Put them in within the 10-yard line with only 30-40 seconds left in the game. And then the Bengals, they stopped the Seahawks. They never let up a touchdown. The Seahawks were going for the touchdown, but they never ended up getting it. And the Bengals won the game, stopping them on 4th down. So the Seahawks had an opportunity to win that game as well. And if the Seahawks were able to beat the Bengals, that would have been a really good thing. Because now the Bengals are getting their mojo back. Their record is 3-3. They start off I believe 0-3. So them winning the last 3 games, if they would have fell to 2-4, that would have been so much better for everyone else in the AFC North, because then they're on the losing track and they have to make up a game. But since they won a close game like that, which could have easily gone in the Seahawks' favor, is really a bad thing for the AFC North, because now the Bengals, they're back to their old winning ways, and we all know the last 2 years they're the AFC North winners. So them going in, getting their mojo back, Joe Burrow getting his mojo back, the Bengals look like they're maybe going to be a good team again, even though they only scored 17 points. I know this still looks like their offense is struggling, but it's still only like week 6, week 7, so they have many more weeks to get their offense back, and you could take a loss at any given moment. That's why it's always a good thing whenever you could take a loss and kind of get another team to lose a game, because down the stretch, when you need them to lose a game, it seems like it never happens. It just seems like they win out. So getting them to take a loss early in the season is always going to be a good thing for your AFC North kind of championship hopes. But the Steelers, they went to the bye week, top of AFC North, in a really good position, but coming out of the bye week, it was the worst possible scenario for the Steelers. Ravens won, Bengals won, and the Browns won. Even if 2 of those teams or 1 of those teams won, it could have been a better outcome, but this was the worst possible outcome. But just looking at next week, giving a short review of the game, the Steelers, they're going to be facing the Rams at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and that should be a really good game. And the Steelers have the Browns facing the Colts, which should also be a really tight game as well, because it seems like the Colts are always playing in tight games against teams. Their team wasn't expected to do much this season, but facing the Browns this week, hopefully they could pull out a win versus the Browns. And then looking at the Ravens game, the Ravens, they're facing the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions defense has been stepping up, but that game, I still think it favors the Ravens to win, but hopefully it's a close game and the Lions can pull it out. Looking at the Bengals go into the week facing the 49ers. So hopefully what the 49ers weren't able to do against the Cleveland Browns, and they end up losing the game on a game-winning field goal when the kicker didn't make it, hopefully the 49ers are able to bounce back against another AFC North person and team and go in and beat the Bengals. Hopefully that's able to happen, but that's going to be after the Bengals bye week though, because the Bengals next week have a bye week, and then the week following they're facing the 49ers. So the Steelers, they're going to be facing the Rams. Hopefully they're able to win that, make up a game as well after having to sit out that week. The teams who have been on a bye week so far, the Ravens have not had their bye week. The Bengals have not had their bye week yet, but this week it's going to be their bye week. The Browns have had their bye week, and the Steelers have had their bye week. So the Ravens are in first place, Steelers second, Browns third, and the Bengals fourth. And that's what the AFC North is looking like going into this Week 7 matchup. And with that being said, that's the end of this video. Let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel this week went for the Steelers? Do you think it was a worst case scenario? Obviously it was, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about all these week's games and how you feel about the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bengals to this point in the season, and how do you think the Steelers stand in the AFC North and the AFC Conference as a whole. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like Steelers content, analysis, reports, reactions, rumors, highlights, analysis, game breakdowns, everything like that. I cover it all for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if you want one spot to watch Steelers news, this is the spot for it to keep updated with everything. I make a new video basically every single day, so stay tuned, turn on notifications for this channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.